but living where you were living and driving nice cars, you know that brings on resentment, that brings on jealousy.
Yeah.
And you have to be careful because people are like, oh, man, this ninja just trying to show out in front of us.
Yeah.
And then you know what happens. You know what happens.
Yeah.
You know, jealousy brings on resentment. Resentment brings on people want to do things to you.
Yeah, we had several shootouts during the process where the documentary was out. We had a lot of shootouts, but it was normal to me. I remember one specific time, the one that changed, there was 2 incidents. I went to the documentary album release party with the whole front window shot out my Range Rover. I didn't have a window. So I was on the 110 freeway with the wind just coming through the car. Pulled up, parked, because I was like, I can't not go, but we had just had a shootout. And one of the bullet holes went through my son's car seat. And that was the turning point. That's the day I was like, yeah, I can't do it. I'm out. Can't do it over here no more.
You didn't think that was odd?
Until I saw the bullet hole in my son's car seat, then I knew I was tripping.
You got up, so after that, you like, I'm out.
I left everything. I got this problem where when I move, I leave everything that I had in the previous house. I just leave it. I've done that about 5 times in my career.
But you purchased some homes on the block.
All of them. Yeah, and I had but see, that's another thing why it was hard to really take advantage of us in the hood, because we lived on a cul-de-sac.
Right.
So if you came down there, you was trapped. There was no outlet.
Yeah, you got
right? And so it was 1, 2, 3, 6 houses on the block. We had them all. All the homies lived in all the houses, and before you even made a right on the block, somebody would stop you at gunpoint on the corner, roll your window down, and ask you who you're here to see. Now, had I did that in this day and time, I had $4 million in the safe, right? In the hood. And the reason I did that is because every morning I wanted to see it.
Right.
I wanted to open the safe and see and make sure that I was still rich, because I couldn't believe it.
Right.
And so I never put it in the bank until one day my mom was like, she was like, boy, you about the stupidest motherfucker I ever met in my life. Number one, you have number 1 record on the Billboard and you still living on the block. And number 2, you got all that cash over there that can be taken from you any day.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she made me put it in the bank.
Yeah, that had to be a big-ass safe, because that's a lot of cash.
Then I lost 36% of it.
How?
To Uncle Sam, man.
Oh, bro.
Come on, man. As soon as you put your money in the bank, it's gone.
But
yeah, I came across this video, and as soon as I saw this clip, I just wanted to give my take on it. I feel like this is a perfect video and probably the perfect person. And once you become successful, the people that are around you that are not moving in your trajectory, that are not trying to be successful themselves, you gotta let them go. Shannon Sharp is right now is this clip from Shannon Sharp. He was interviewing The Game. The Game is a rapper, a successful rapper. He's made millions rapping, but the problem with The Game, and I think he was speaking on his 20s. The problem with The Game is once he became successful, the people that was around him that was not moving how he was moving, he still kept a close-knit relationship with them. And a lot of times, if you have people around you that are not moving where you're moving, they can be a hindrance to your success. They almost could be like a hindrance to your success. They can impede your success. So his problem, just by me listening to this interview or this short clip, his problem is he wanted to keep it real. And a lot of times once you become successful, and especially super successful, where he talks about having $4 million in the bank, in his safe. Once you become successful, where you have $4 million in the safe, which you should probably have, which he should have had someone to help him invest. If the people around you are not trying to improve themselves, you need to disassociate yourself with them because they can be a hindrance of you. They can be a hindrance for your success. Lucky for him, he didn't lose his life. As soon as he talks about, as soon as he got successful off one record, he was getting into shootouts. You're making millions of dollars. Why are you still staying in the same neighborhood and getting into shootouts? It doesn't make sense. And this is a teaching point. Once you become successful, and successful to the point where you can move out your neighborhood, especially if it's a rough neighborhood, and you can buy your home, uh, and the people around you they're doing shady things. Remove yourself from them. Move to a different neighborhood. Don't leave your money in the safe. Get with someone that can help you invest your money so your money can grow. Because if you continue, once you start making money and you continue to stay in those depressing environments, those rough environments, a lot of times, like Shannon said, a lot of times that can breed, some of the people around you could be envious or jealousy and could even take you down. A lot of times the people that are closest to you usually take you down. And I don't think he realized that when he was coming up. Fortunate for him, he was in a shootout to where he found a bullet next to his son's car seat. And he talks like it ain't nothing, like it's part of life. Like getting the shootouts is not a natural thing. Getting the shootouts is not normal. And just to see him talk about how he's gotten into shootouts like it was nothing, man, that's not normal. That's not normal. Teaching point: once you become successful, again, if you live in a tough environment and you're successful, get out of those environments. Get away from people that's not moving the same way you're moving. Get away from people that are negative. Because a lot of times, once you're successful and you live in those rough environments, you're like a mirror to people. Because once they see that you're successful, you're driving the big Range Rover or a super expensive car, and they haven't done nothing with their lives, you're like a mirror. What I mean by you're like a mirror, it's almost like you're putting a mirror up in their faces, and they realize that they haven't done nothing with their lives. So that's where the jealousy and the envy comes in. So lucky for him now, he is successful and he has made millions of dollars. But yeah, this is definitely a teaching point with it for every one of us. If you're out there and you are successful, or you just made you just got that raise from your job where you're making 20, 30, 40,000 more than you did last year, or you just got that great position, or you just made enough money to where you can buy that 5 or 6 bedroom house and you can move out the hood, and you're getting around people that are just as successful as you. Don't go back around people that's going to bring you down, because a lot of times once they see you and they see how successful you are, you're like a mirror to them, and it can breed jealousy, envy, and all that. So lucky for him, he didn't lose his life with these shootouts that he talked about, and he's alive to talk about it. And he's a successful rapper. He's made millions of dollars, and I'm happy that it finally clicked that hey, I gotta remove myself from this neighborhood. I can't be this successful rapper and still living in the hood. It just doesn't make sense. So another thing too, lucky for his mom. His mom also told him, "You got $4 million. Why you have it in safe? You know, get with a financial advisor. Put in help where he can help you invest your money." So I found this little clip interesting, and I just wanted to give my take on it. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button, and I'll see you on the next one. Yay, yay!